Oh, there we go. Sorry, my microphone was screwing up for a second. Hello, it is... God, what day is it? It is... it is Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. Sorry, first time working with the sort of animated loading screen, or not animated, the pre-stream. The pre-stream, that's the word I'm looking for, yeah. I spent time making that last night, and it turned out better than I expected. 1 second to actually boot up Unity itself. Oop, that's not right. There we go. Okay. So yesterday, whoops, that's wrong. That's right. There we go. Yeah. Configured the camera beforehand this time, and now I think the lighting is consistent. Okay. So yesterday, very interesting how that's rendering. Okay. I'm going to pretend I'm not seeing that. So yesterday we were working on a sort of spaceship game. The idea, if I have spaceship here, I do not. The idea is that you will be, there will be a solar system, like so, and you'll be able to select planets and build ships, and it'll be kind of a wave defense thing. So enemies will kind of spawn on the outer sort of reaches, and they'll go inwards towards each planet and try to destroy it. This is based on a game that I made for a game jam a little over, I think it was 2 years ago. No, maybe it was just a year ago. I can't remember. It was one of the two. It was within the past 2 years. I wish I still had the original code, but I do not. But yeah. So we will be working on that. Yesterday we got the planets working. We got them generating their little orbit path there. So as you can see, we go into the actual scene itself. It generates this little orbit path dynamically based on the planet. Yeah, and then we have the spaceships themselves. So if we drop a couple of those in, I believe we can select those, and I think that's all we can do with them. So yeah, we can select it, a little ring appears underneath it. I need to fix the camera movement, I know. But yeah, a little ring appears underneath it. That one I can select, it'll deselect this one. If I click off, it will select none of them. So today we actually need to work on the movement. And yeah, I think that's all we need to, well, we'll work on the movement and some other things. But yes, okay. Also, maybe selection of planets as well. Actually, we should do the selecting planets thing first, because the selectable stuff needs to be a little bit more robust than it currently is. So yeah, I guess let's create a planet component, right? Yeah, a planet component. Okay. And it will load eventually. There we go. And I believe I will need to increase the size here of this. Yeah, that should make it. What on earth is that rendering? What? Oh, that's the problem. Oh god, okay. That was weird. I know the problem, but that's weird. Shouldn't be doing that. Apologies for that. Wow, okay. I'll have to do something to make that not happen again. But yeah. So this will implement our selectable interface so that it is indeed selectable. And so the selectable interface, for those of you who did not see it yesterday, we have this selection control component. What it will do is whenever the player clicks the left mouse button, it will do a raycast from the camera, and if it finds anything that is selectable, it will try to select it. Otherwise, it will deselect stuff if you have something selected. So, if we go to the planet component, I think it is Alt-Enter that does it? Yes. Okay. So now this will be selected, or the planet will be selectable. Let us go into prefabs so that we can add the planet component to each of our planets. Let's go in here, call this a planet component, and then I believe the layer needs to be selectable. Nope, just change this object, and then that should change these. Yes. Okay. So now we should be able to select the planets. So if I click here, I believe it got selected. If we look in here, there should be a selection object. There is not. Why is that? Alright. Debug.log. Say planet deselected. And we'll just grab this and move it down here. Say planet selected. And I like to have the selection ahead of the deselection, just because that makes more sense to me. Now let's see what's going on here. Okay, if I click this, I do get a planet selected. Okay, planet selected. Oh yeah, the little selection sphere went there. Okay, that's good. Let's double check that we can select. So if I click this, and I click that, we should get. Do we not get a deselect message from that? I don't like that. I want a deselect message. Yeah, so change selection should call deselect. Deselect, yes. Should call that first. Actually, the selected.deselect is what we should call it. Yeah, should do that. And let's check this out. Okay, so if I click there, nope, that's not set to an instance of an object. Why is that? Ah, all right. If this exists, then call deselect. Otherwise, don't worry about it. So if we click here, we get selected, then we get deselected and selected. So for those of you who are not aware of how C# works, if I put this question mark here, what it will do is if selected is null, nothing will happen. Otherwise, it will do something. Otherwise, it'll call .select or it'll call .deselect. Basically, this is just a null safe. The other way of doing it would be if selected not equals null, but we don't want to do that. I mean, it's a more verbose way of, it's less, question mark is a more concise way of doing this. So, and I have forgotten about it. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, so we have that, and we can select our planets. Okay, that's good. We can get rid of those because we know that this is working. We probably need a better selection object for that, but I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Note that the null propagating operator should not be used with Unity objects, though. Why is that? Could you elaborate on that? I'm trying to think of why it should not be used with Unity objects. Does it have to, I'm trying to think if it has to do with like implicit conversions or something. Because I know I've seen like weird behavior with it in the past. I think this is technically fine since this is a type of iSelectable. I think that's fine. I wonder if it has to do with implicit conversions. I bet it does. Because it would evaluate to true. Actually, yeah, if you could find that link, that'd be super helpful. I'd love to know why. Alright, I have to think now. Right, oh yeah, I wanted to do a thing where you click on a, yeah, okay. So I wanted to do the ship movement. So whenever you click on a ship and then you click on the right click. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I would imagine it has something to do with mono behaviors. Well, this doesn't look. default null, start code routine. Yeah, I'd be curious. I bet it, the only thing I could think is it would have to do with something like implicit conversions. So I guess you could, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But yeah, I don't know enough about C# to know where this could cause issues. But yeah, I think that since it's iSelectable and it's not a behavior or mono behavior or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I want to do a thing where you left click on a ship. If you have it selected, then you right click and you can tell it to move somewhere. So the way I'm going to do that is in the ship component. Well, no, it wouldn't be in the ship component. It'd be in the selection control component. Yeah, it'd be here. Probably going to have a method public void check for selection or handle selection. Yeah, we'll have a handle selection method, and then we will call that handle. Nope. Handle selection. And then we will have another method, public void handle orders. So this will be if you are issuing orders to something. So this is handle orders. So in this case, we only apply orders if selected not equals null, or sorry, if selected is null. We want to just simply return because you can't give orders if you don't have anything selected. Yeah, okay, that should work. And so now if you have something selected, yeah, okay, we'll do that. I was thinking about some other stuff, but yeah, we'll just do the simple case first. So if it's input dot get mouse button down, I think it's 1 for the right click. I think that's the right click. So if we have that, what we want to do is we basically want to do a raycast again. We want to raycast. So the way that I've seen people do this is that you raycast towards a plane that you create at the beginning. So you do like a protected plane, like hit target or something, or yeah, just call it plane. I don't know. Sure. Then we'll say plane is equal to new, and I think you can create a plane this way. It's with the in normal. Is that vector 3? Oh god, I'm trying to think. I think the default one is at 0, 0, 0, but I'll have to check it out actually. I'm not sure what that's actually going to open. Oh, that's going to open over there, of course, and be just completely useless. All right. Let's see here. Unity plane. Let me double check. I think the default is to create a 0, 0, 0. Creates a plane. Yeah, okay. I could have guessed that. Has the in normal and through point. Yeah. Oh, constant right. Fright LOL. Yeah, I know. 1 hour of learning C# basics. Yeah, it's really painful. I remember that whenever I was learning programming, it took me a long time to do it. Did you watch the Derek videos? He explains it pretty well. My camera is also freaking out now. Of course it is. Let's see. Nope, that's not the right direction. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Let's check this out. Why? Oh, the operator's evil. Okay. Recently came across the null, in case you're not familiar. Yeah, the null coalescing. Oh, okay. Let's double check that. I'm very curious about this. Is null. Whoa, I've never seen this. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, the guy that I was talking about, Fright, is, it's Derek. It is Derek, Banas, I think? C sharp? Yeah, yeah, Derek here explains stuff very well. It's like his main thing that he does. He does like or he used to do tons of programming stuff, but he's very cool to go watch. Let me write it in the chat. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, his stuff is, his stuff is really, really good. Yeah, let's see, what does it not like? No color isn't great for initializing classes. Unity, Unity. It's a common pattern to perform null checks, do assignments based on this, perfect replacement. I started using null coalescing operators instead of null checks. That's the code. Sometimes the operator would return the left-hand side even though the null check would return true. The two lines are produced, so what's going on? Overloads. The equality. Okay, I see. Assigning the variables to null would be almost impossible. Oh, interesting. Overload null checks. Wait. Is the Unity over? Oh, okay. Unity blog post shows they're considering getting rid of the equality check override, but apparently they decided not to break all Unity projects. Yeah, that's fair. Overloading equality is a bit iffy. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll have to do some experiments with that, and the Unity class doesn't support. This class doesn't support the null coalescing operator. Okay, so it seems interesting. Yeah, I'll have to double check. I'll have to check that because that's really interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. I'll have to check on that because I want to do some experiments and see if I can figure out how to break that and to see if I understand it. But yeah, so for this, I was trying to look up how to create a plane. Yeah. Okay, so note this means the value of the distance results creates a plane resulting in given 3 points, blah, 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 yeah. Resulting in the in-normal goes through all, okay, well, you know what, let's just see what the default is. Formatable, interesting. Oh, I think the in-normal is up, right? I have a problem in immersion. I don't have a problem in immersion. Good book or game. With programming, I am out. With a good book or game, but after 1 to 2, yeah. Even complains if you use the outside. Oh, does it? Okay. Actually, would it? Oh. It does suggest something here. Suppress this in source. Fixed occurrences, null pointer propagation on Unity objects. Oh. So yeah, it does actually. That's cool. I like that. So yeah, Visual Studio. I wonder if that's... That seems like something Unity probably... Well, not Unity, but it's probably configured with like a Unity project or something. It's probably like an extra warning that automatically gets configured. But anyway, Unity create plane at 000 at origin. Just want to double check that this gets created where I think it does and how I think it does. Origin, when I'm creating a plane, takes the distance nearest point to the origin, not vector 3, arbitrary point. Seed away, world space, 000. I think you have to set the normal to up, right? Oh god. Unity raycast to plane. Not paint, plane. Yes. So plane.raycast. Yeah. Create a plane with normal at position of the camera. So this is dot forward. The normal 111. No, I want the normal to be up. So I believe, if I understand, this needs to be vector3 dot up, because that's the normal, and then vector3 dot 0. So that should create a plane facing up at the origin. I think that's how that works. And then for this, I think we can do a plane dot raycast, right? And then you can use the camera position to raycast like sort of a flat point on the screen. I think that's how that works. And then we can do out raycast hit, just hit. Is that the only override for that? Oh, okay, so you don't do that. Okay. All right, because we already know we're gonna hit. That makes sense. Hang on, how do I out hit? Okay. So out, float, enter. Right. I believe this returns, yeah, okay. So if this should always succeed. But you know, let's just be safe. So do var position. I think this is where it is. It's position, and it's ray dot, oh god, what is it? Get point? Yeah, get point at enter. So this should get the position where we hit the plane. And then, since we know we have something selected, all we have to do is issue a move command to whatever it is. So I'm going to assume that it's a ship for now. But it won't always be, but we're going to assume that it is. Let's say ship component selected for the moment. And then we will say ship dot, I guess, move. Yeah, we'll say ship dot move, and then we'll call it position. So we will go into the ship component, and then we will create a move command. Public void, yeah. I think the standard is to have interface methods, or overridden methods above, like, class methods. I think that's a thing. I don't actually know. And it might be different from Java. I'm used to Java. Need to get my head around C#. Yeah, we'll say move to where. Wouldn't move to, move towards, be more specific. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Say move to. And I guess we'll keep track of a target. We'll call it protected. It's vector3. Yeah, target. Yeah, target. Say move target actually, because we're going to have a combat target later. So say move target equals where. Then, since this is mono behavior, we will have a private void update. If, we'll basically say, we'll say if move target not equals null, and the distance between, say, vector3.distance between us, transform.position, and move target is greater than, say, I don't know, 0.1f, 0.3f. That's fine. Say if we have a target and we're too far away from it, then I guess we'll use physics to move these around. That's probably fine until, it'll be fine until it's not. So say public rigid body. Say rigid body dot velocity equals, and I think you do target, it's target minus yourself, I think is how you get the direction. Say var direction is equal to target minus self dot normalized. Normalized. Somebody doesn't like something. Right, because I need to actually put an equal sign there. Say direction. Also have a public void, not void, public float speed, and that will have a 1.0f as the default. So say it is the direction times the speed. Should be the velocity. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We could just have it, no, I'm going to have it rotate towards the target. So I believe it would be transform dot rotate, or no, dot look at. I want to look at world position. So the world position would be well, actually, we only need to call this once, right? We only need to call that once, yeah. Say transform.look at, it is, I'll look at a new vector, because I don't want it to face down. I want it to face only like horizontally. And also where is going to have to be changed as well. So we're going to move to the where.x, our transform.position.y, and then the where.z. Because we're only moving in 2 dimensions, I don't want to move in all 3. And actually, just say where equals new vector 3. Where.x, just use this actually.